Welcome to Chess Learns at PSGD Comics Chess. In this video, I'm going to show you how to play chess openings well. You will learn the priorities and understand general principles to play better chess. So I'm simply going to go through some openings and show you why they play these moves. Okay, so first of all, e4. Why is that a good move? Well, it establishes a pawn in the center. Okay, works to control the center. Why is that important? Because a piece placed in the center, such as this knight, can move to 8 squares. On the side, it can only move to 4. You want to control the center of the board with your pawns, so that for two reasons. One, you can place your pieces there, and two, so they can't place their pieces there. Okay, so black responds with e5. Why is that a good move? Well, obviously, it does the same thing as this. Controls the center. What are the other things that this piece moves to as well? Mobilizes your pieces. Okay, you'll notice that the queen is now open, and the queen and bishop are now open for both white and black. Okay, if black, going back to this, if white had started off with something like this, that doesn't open any pieces. You have a file for your rook, but you don't want to bring your rook out early anyways. If someone brings their rook out early anyways, black will just bring the pawn out, the bishop attacks the rook, and the rook, black will just be in a good way. Okay? So going back, e4, e5. You know why those are good moves. How can white follow up? Okay? Obviously you want to develop towards the middle, and here's another rule. You want to move all your pieces off the back rank as fast as you can. So a good way to start would be to move this knight out. Okay, now why is this a good move? Well, first of all, it develops a knight to a good square. You want your knight here because when you castle, the knight will be a good defense. Look, when you're castled, the knight is going to protect this pawn here, which will be good for your king's defense. Another thing is, it develops with an attack, so now black just can't do whatever they want. They have to meet your threat. And it's towards the middle of the board. You'll notice that if you brought the knight to here, it wouldn't be the middle of the board, it wouldn't attack, and it wouldn't defend the castling. So there's the best move. The only problem with this move is it blocks this queen. The queen no longer has the diagonal. But that is fine because you actually don't want to move your queen too far from home early in the game. You'll probably just want to move your bishop out early on and have your queen somewhere like there. Okay? The reason you don't want to move your queen out early is because it's the highest value piece. If any piece attacks it, the queen is going to have to move. If the bishop attacks it, the queen is going to have to move. Okay? So leave your queen at home early. Okay? Now, what can black do? Their pawn is attacked. Okay? Obviously, there are many ways to defend it, but you have to do it a good way. You could do it with queen f3, but that's not a good move because you do not want to develop the queen early. You could push a pawn, but that is not a good move either, because you don't want to push your pawn one move, you want to push it 2 squares. And also, you don't want to develop your pawns early, you want to develop your pieces early. Okay, so black would do something like this. Now, its knight is developed to a great square towards the middle, and it defends his pawn, so it's doing a good job. Let's say white continues with bishop to c4. What's good about that move? Develop the piece. It's in the middle of the board. Okay, so it has lots of moves. It's attacking this pawn here, and it has spurred white to castle. Castling is a very important move, because look, castling will bring your rook into the game after a couple moves, and your king to safety. Okay, so bishop c4 is a great move. How can black match that? Well, a good way would be to do the same thing with bishop c5. Black just did the same thing. Okay, now white, looking to bring its other pieces out, knight c3, develop it towards the middle. Okay, white can jump into any of these squares here, defending this pawn. Okay, now black with knight out, towards the middle, attacking this pawn. It's already defended, but it's still attacked. So if this knight ever moved, it would have to undefend that pawn. Okay, so don't think you can't attack a piece just because it's already defended. Sometimes that's the best move to do. Okay, white moves this pawn. Now, I said only move your pieces twice, but you want to move both of your middle pawns, okay? White can't move it there, so white moves it there. Now this bishop has an open diagonal. The pawn is defended once again, okay? And white is looking good. Black is going to copy, okay? You'll notice that a lot of times moves are pretty similar in the opening. That's because there's good moves and there's bad moves, okay? White is playing good moves, and black is copying them because they are good moves. Castles. What's good about castling? Your king is safe now. Obviously, he can be attacked, but he's in a very safe spot. If you leave him in the middle of the board, he runs danger of being overwhelmed, okay? Black castles. The other thing castling done is develop the rook. Now it's just one move away from dominating a file, okay? Bishop out. Okay, here is the thing. You don't want to move a piece out that can be just pushed right away. So this can be pushed, but the thing is that even if you get pushed all the way back there, that normally wouldn't be good, except that black's king has been very much weakened, okay? So it's okay to lose time to weaken the king, but in this case, black is not going to do that because they don't want to weaken their king. They're actually going to move their bishop out, the attack on the knight, okay? Now how can white finish off here? All they have to do is develop the queen, okay? Develop the queen, rook, rook, and you'll see that both sides are in a great position, ready to start the endgame, okay? That's all for today's video. If you liked it, make sure to like, comment, and especially subscribe, because I have tons of great content that I'd be willing to share with you, and I'll see you in the next video.